Ever thought about how wars might look in the future? What if, instead of soldiers on the ground, it's all about lines of code and network battles? Today, we're diving deep into the future of cyber warfare, where technology isn't just a tool, but the battlefield itself. Welcome to Bluehat Cybersec Academy. Now, let's break down what the future of warfare looks like in the digital age. With artificial intelligence, machine learning, and new vulnerabilities in satellite systems, the way conflicts are fought is shifting. It's no longer a matter of if cyber attacks will happen, but when. So let's explore what's next. First up, let's talk about AI and machine learning, technologies that are completely transforming both cyber attacks and cyber defense. Hackers are using AI to make their attacks smarter and more personalized. Imagine malware that adapts in real time, constantly changing its strategy to bypass traditional defenses. It's becoming much harder for humans to spot these attacks because AI systems can learn and improve themselves. And phishing? That's been taken to the next level. Hackers can now use machine learning to create highly targeted phishing emails, analyzing personal data to craft messages that seem completely legitimate. It's no longer just about attacking systems. It's about attacking the human element. But the story doesn't end there. On the flip side, AI is also transforming cyber defense. AI-powered systems can now scan millions of data points in real time, looking for suspicious patterns. These systems can predict and prevent attacks before they even happen. Imagine having an AI bodyguard that analyzes your system 24/7, stopping threats in their tracks before they even make it through your defenses. That's where the future is heading. Next, let's talk about something that's a real weak point for national security satellite systems and critical infrastructure. These are the soft spots hackers are increasingly targeting. Satellites, for example, support everything from global communications to weather forecasting to navigation. But most of these systems are underprotected. For instance, GPS signals are unencrypted, meaning they can be easily spoofed or jammed. In the wrong hands, this could paralyze an entire country's military operations or cause widespread chaos. This isn't sci-fi. It's becoming an imminent threat. Then, there's the critical infrastructure angle. We've already seen attacks on power grids and water systems, and it's a growing concern. A cyber attack on a power grid could lead to blackouts, and a successful hack of a water system could lead to contamination or disruptions in essential services. Stuxnet, which targeted Iran's nuclear facilities, is just the beginning. In the future, we might see these kinds of attacks move from military and government targets to public-facing infrastructure, disrupting our daily lives. Now, moving into the concept of cyber deterrence, this is where things get really interesting. Just like during the Cold War, where nuclear weapons served as a global deterrent, we are now entering a new era of cyber deterrence. Cyber deterrence works much like nuclear deterrence, by threatening retaliation if a country or entity launches a cyber attack. If an adversary knows they'll face devastating consequences for attacking, they might think twice. Countries are now not only strengthening their defense capabilities, but also working on the offensive side to ensure they can retaliate with precision if needed. And just like global alliances like NATO shaped the course of conventional warfare, we are now seeing the same take shape in the cyber world. Countries are forming cyber defense alliances, collaborating to defend against cyber threats and to ensure their sovereignty in the face of growing cyber threats. What if I told you that future wars could happen completely online? Well, we're not far off. Cyber combat is becoming a legitimate form of warfare, and in the future, wars might not involve boots on the ground or missiles launched from the sky. Instead, cyber armies will carry out coordinated strikes on networks, communication systems, and critical infrastructure. Imagine for a moment a massive cyber attack that disables an entire country's internet access, power grid, and military communications. That's the kind of warfare we could be looking at. Instead of dealing with bombs and guns, countries could fight each other through digital weapons. With cybersecurity firms acting as the first line of defense, the tactics will evolve, the attacks will be faster, and the stakes will be higher. So, how can we prepare for this inevitable shift? Whether you're an individual or part of an organization, it's time to get cyber ready. For individuals, here are a few things you can do right now. First, enable multi-factor authentication. Always use MFA to add an extra layer of security. Even if hackers get your password, they won't be able to access your accounts without the second factor. Next, encrypt your devices. Make sure your devices are encrypted so hackers can't easily access your information. Also, keep your systems and software updated. Patching vulnerabilities immediately can make a huge difference in your defense. And, stay informed. Learn about new cyber threats, tools, and best practices for online security. For organizations, it's just as important. Develop a cyber defense strategy. Create a comprehensive cybersecurity defense plan that includes both offensive and defensive measures. Train employees. Make sure everyone knows how to spot phishing emails, use strong passwords, and protect sensitive data. And finally, invest in security tools. Use AI-driven tools and threat detection systems to stay one step ahead of attackers. Now here's your challenge. Take a moment right now to think about your cybersecurity. When was the last time you updated your passwords or checked your device encryption? Think about one thing you can do today to improve your digital security, whether it's turning on multi-factor authentication or installing a VPN. What will you do right now to prepare for the future of cyber warfare? The future of cyber warfare is both exciting and, honestly, a bit terrifying. AI-driven attacks, vulnerabilities in satellite systems, and the rise of cyber armies are all shaping the future of conflict. But while the threats are real, the good news is that with the right preparation, you can protect yourself and your organization. If you found this video insightful, hit like, share it with someone who needs to be cyber aware, and subscribe to Bluehat's Cybersec Academy for more expert tips from our Invisible Battlefield series. Stay safe out there and make sure your digital life is as secure as possible. Remember, the digital battlefield is evolving, and staying prepared is the best way to fight back. Stay tuned for more.